All right, today we're diving deep into a world of digital archaeology. We're on the hunt for lost fortunes, we're talking about unbreakable locks, and a gold rush that's happening right now online. Let's get into it.
So, our whole story kicks off with this simple, almost unbelievable idea. Somewhere out there, there are billions of dollars in digital treasure that's just lost.
I mean, just really think about that for a second. Some dusty old hard drive sitting in a closet, a random note scribbled in a book. Either one could be a digital vault holding millions of dollars, and it's just been sitting there, untouched, for years. This isn't some sci-fi plot, it's the actual reality of how crypto got its start.
It's kind of hard to wrap your head around now, but back in the beginning, people were literally mining Bitcoin on their home computers. It was a hobby, just for fun. Coins were created, wallets were set up super casually, and the private keys, the only way to get to the funds, were often just jotted down on a piece of paper or, even worse, just completely forgotten about.
And this right here, this is the core of our story. What started as a weird little novelty with coins worth just pennies has exploded into this massive global thing. And those seashells people casually picked up, well, now they're more like digital shipwrecks, holding incredible value, but lost to the deep, dark depths of old hard drives and forgotten passwords.
And you know what they say? Where there are shipwrecks, there are always treasure hunters. But these guys, they're not your typical swashbuckling pirates.
The people who are actually looking for these wallets, they're a whole different breed. We're talking about highly skilled tech wizards who can bring old hard drives back from the dead, cybersecurity gurus trying to piece together half-remembered passwords, and sometimes it's just really determined people who think they can follow the digital breadcrumbs of someone's past.
And make no mistake, it is absolutely a modern gold rush. There are entire online forums, even dedicated companies, that have popped up just for this hunt. People will offer up huge bounties, like a big percentage of the recovered money, to anyone who can crack open one of these long-lost wallets. The stakes are just insanely high.
But this treasure hunt has this one huge fundamental challenge. It's a problem that makes it totally different from anything else. And ironically, it's the very thing that gives cryptocurrency all its power, an unbreakable lock.
So, what's the deal? What makes these digital vaults so impossible to get into? I mean, why can't someone just hack their way in? Well, it all boils down to one absolutely critical concept.
And here it is, the private key. This is everything. It is the one and only key to a crypto wallet. And it's not like a password you can just click forgot password and reset. No way. It's a totally unique digital signature that proves you own the coins. If you lose it, that treasure is locked away forever. No one can get to it.
And that's what makes this so different. If you forget your bank password, there are safety nets, right? You can call someone, go into a branch, prove who you are. But with crypto, you are the bank. There is no central authority to call for help. The responsibility is 100% on you. Once that key is gone, the money is gone. Period.
So this completely unbreakable design has led to a consequence that is just staggering. We're not talking about a few lost wallets here and there. We're talking about a huge chunk of the entire supply.
Seriously, just let that number sink in for a second. 20%. Some of the top crypto data firms estimate that 1/5 of all the Bitcoin that will ever exist is already stranded in wallets that can never, ever be opened again.
So that slice of the pie, that 20%, represents billions and billions of dollars in coins that are just permanently out of the game. And this isn't just a personal loss for the owners. It actually affects the entire market because it makes the coins that are still out there even more scarce.
It's such a perfect analogy, isn't it? Because the blockchain is totally transparent, anyone can see these lost wallets. You can go look up an address that's holding thousands of Bitcoin and see that it hasn't moved in a decade. The treasure is right there, in plain sight for the whole world to see. But without that key, it's like it's at the bottom of the ocean. You can't touch it. So, okay, beyond the wild stories and these mind-boggling numbers, why should you actually care about any of this? What's the real takeaway from this whole lost digital treasure thing?
Well, these lost wallets, they tell a really powerful story. For anyone just getting into crypto, they're a massive cautionary tale. For the veterans, they're a constant reminder to be super careful about backing up your keys. But bigger than that, they teach us this fundamental lesson about what ownership and responsibility really mean in this new digital decentralized world. They're basically a time capsule of crypto's chaotic, optimistic, and sometimes messy beginnings.
And that kind of brings us full circle, back to our main idea.
If you really think about it, the blockchain isn't just some boring ledger of transactions. It's a historical record. It's like this vast digital ocean floor, preserving both the amazing successes and the tragic losses of this whole new financial frontier.
And that's the thought I really want to leave you with. As this digital world keeps growing and changing, these lost wallets just sit there, like these permanent, silent monuments. They're a reminder of the fortunes that were made, the fortunes that were lost, and the enduring mystery of all the treasures that lie just out of our reach.